Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Cuisinart Perfect Temp 12-cup thermal carafe automatic coffee maker. So you'll notice in the front here it has a beautifully designed housing. It has lots of great features. This is your thermal carafe. The top here we call the brew through, pour through lid. So once you put the lid on and the coffee is brewed into it, you don't have to twist or turn it. You can just pour off your coffee. Really simple and easy. Just put that back in place. It also has a brew pause feature, so if you're impatient and you can't wait till the whole pot is done brewing, you can take it out, pour off 1 cup, put it back in, and it'll continue brewing. So here is your main panel here. You notice that there are 4 buttons around the clock. The one here says tone, and that's so that you can actually turn the audible ringer off when the coffee is finished. So if you'd prefer not to have it on, that's something you can do. You can turn it on or off. This is your hour button, your minute button. You hold this down until it starts blinking, and then what you do is you can change the time just by pressing the button. Once you release your hand, what'll happen is it'll blink for like a couple of seconds and then it'll set itself automatically. This is your program button here. This is to program your coffee maker for letting it go off anytime during a 24-hour period. So if you know every day you get up and you want your coffee at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can program it to go off automatically. So here the numerous buttons across the front. You have clean, which this will turn red around the outside of the button when it's time to decalcify your coffee maker, which is very important to keep it working as best as it can. This is your bold button. So if you don't have it on, then it's basically like a medium brew. Bold, you turn it on. This is your brew on and off. So if you press it now, it'll start brewing, but if you have it on programmed, you can basically do auto on, and then that will have your program time. It'll go off the time you have it programmed to brew. Then on the far right, you have your 1 to 4 cup button, and that is meant to be used obviously when you're going to be making less than a full pot, because the brewing cycle is different specifically for 1 to 4 cups. So this is your lid. I'm going to open it up here. On this side, you have your filter holder. You just turn this down like so. You prepare your filter and you slide it in here. And this filter removes chlorine's taste and odor. You slide it back in there. And over here, this is, I'm going to turn this sideways. This is where your water window is, right here. This is your permanent gold tone filter, which we give you with your unit. That's really great. It's completely reusable. You just rinse it off after you've made your coffee, and you can continue to use it. These are your starter pack of paper filters if you prefer to use paper. This is your scoop for scooping your coffee. So here on the top you have what we refer to as the shower head. It has lots of holes in it. And after you put your water into the water reservoir, that water will be cold, but as it heats up, it'll come out the shower head, and then that will be dispersed evenly over the grinds to make your fresh, flavorful coffee. So there you have it, the Cuisinart Perfect Temp 12-cup thermal carafe automatic coffee maker. I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Cuisinart 10-cup fully programmable thermal carafe coffee maker. It comes in several different colors. This one happens to be black with stainless accents. It also has a double wall thermal carafe to keep your coffee hot longer. It also has a brew through, pour through lid so that you never have to twist and turn the top to get your coffee dispensed. It also has a mechanism in the top that keeps the oxygen out so the flavor of your coffee is never degraded. It's really easy to pour coffee, and it's drip free. The other thing is it has a brew pause feature so that if you're very impatient and you don't want to wait till the whole pot is done brewing, during the brewing cycle you can remove the carafe, pour a cup of coffee and put it back, and the coffee maker will continue brewing. It is also fully programmable, like I mentioned, so you can program it to go off or on during any 24-hour period. So if you prefer to have your coffee ready before you go to work in the morning, program it to go on and you'll be all set. The other thing that's great is it has a 1 to 4 cup setting, which actually adjusts the way the coffee maker brews, so you always get a really great tasting coffee, no matter if you're only doing 1 or you're doing 10. It also has a self-clean function. And I just want to show you in the top here, it has a really nice, what we call shower head, so that it evenly disperses the water over the coffee before it's brewed. It also comes with a gold tone filter, which is permanent. So it's reusable. All you need to do is after your coffee is done brewing, you take this out, you dump out the grinds, and then you rinse it. And it can be used over and over again. The other thing is that when you use a permanent filter like this, sometimes the coffee will have a little more sediment because the mesh is not as fine as paper. So if you prefer a virtually sediment-free coffee, we recommend that you use paper filters. And we give you a starter pack of those. The other thing that comes with your coffee maker is we give you a nice scoop to measure out your coffee into the coffee maker. And the other thing is it comes with a charcoal water filter to remove impurities such as chlorines, taste, and odor. The other thing is that we recommend that you follow the instructions in the manual to prepare your filter. It needs to be soaked and rinsed before it's used in your coffee maker. And after you prepare it, you flip this down and this goes right in here, and you put it right in your coffee maker, and the water is filtered before your coffee is actually brewed. So there you have it, the 10-cup thermal carafe programmable coffee maker. Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, Director of Marketing Communications for Cuisinart. This is the Cuisinart Burr Grind and Brew Coffee Maker. It has some great features. First of all, we have a selector here, which you can select mild, medium, or strong. You select how many cups of coffee you're going to make. I have it set on 12 because I'm going to make 12. It has a grind off feature in case you run out of whole beans. It has a program button, so you can program it to go off during any 24-hour period. So if you want to wake up to fresh coffee in the morning, it's fabulous. And then we have our on-off button and our clock. First of all, the first thing you need to do is put your beans in the hopper. And this hopper holds a ½ pound of whole beans. The other great thing about it is it has a cover, which we're going to put on. It also has a seal, so it seals out the air so it doesn't affect the flavor of your beans. The other thing that's really nice is a little door here, and inside is where the coffee, after it's ground, will be dispensed. Right now I have a gold tone cupcake style filter in here. You can use paper filter if you like. Major difference between using a gold tone filter and a paper filter is with the gold tone filter you have a little more sediment in the bottom of your coffee, and that's what we call more European style coffee. If you use the paper filter, you won't have any sediment in your coffee. Put the little lid right on, close the door. I've already put the water in the reservoir. By using the water window on the side, I can see exactly how much to add. And one other thing I want to point out is we have a place here to put a charcoal water filter so that your coffee water is filtered prior to making the coffee. And this is the filter here. They're available online to be replaced. We recommend that you replace them, often. The other great thing about this is you can set it up, like I mentioned, to program and go off at a later time, or we can just make coffee right away. And what's going to happen is the whole beans are going to be ground right before you make your coffee. And the whole point behind that is you're going to get the freshest, most flavorful coffee possible right at home. Also, we have a thermal carafe. The lid comes off really easy. You just line the little 2 arrows up to put it back on. The nice thing about this is that you don't have to twist and turn the lid after the coffee's made. To just dispense your coffee, you just tip it and the coffee comes out. Keeps it hot for about 8 hours. So let's make coffee. I'm going to set it to go off right now. Like I said, I chose 12 and mild. If you like it medium or strong, like I said, you just press the button and it changes. Then all we do is hit the on button and it's going to make coffee fresh and flavorful for us. It's going to take a second because all of the insides are going to get ready to grind. The nice thing about this coffee maker is it uses a burr grinder, so it crushes the beans. It doesn't chop them. And that's really important when you're making great coffee because it will actually treat the beans properly and it will retain all the great flavors for you. It's a great way to make homemade coffee. So our coffee's done. Machine shuts itself off automatically because it's a thermal carafe. And we can, like I said, it holds up to 12 cups, so you can do between 4 and 12 cups. Look how nice that pours out. And it also has a brew pause feature, so if you can't wait until the whole pot's brewed, you can actually take it out. The machine will stop for the time that you have the carafe out. You pour your cup of coffee and put it right back in. And there you have it, the freshest, most flavorful coffee possible.